Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more Talented. Well, we are back with another challenge. We had a good run with the Archer. We found a new legendary, which is rather cool. We do have, let's see, was there... Hang on a second, there is another one here. A regular supplies. At the end of each night, a random ability gains 2 additional maximum charges. I think we go ahead and we see if we can unlock this. I think that's probably the next best thing for our Archer, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and then who knows, we might even try the faulty shrink ray. But either way, let's go ahead and try out the threat Googly. The eye is the window to the soul. Gain a powerful build and you must defeat a giant and powerful Googly boss. Bosses take significantly reduced knockback and are immune to status effects that impact movement. So let's go ahead and try that challenge and we'll see what we can do. Hopefully nothing too serious. So we've got a couple of... Oh wow, okay. Straight away, we already have a powerful build. Let's go ahead and get some traps up and running. We'll go ahead and get a few traps up and running. We'll try and make sure that we protect them as best as we can. We'll go ahead and throw that over there. In fact, you know, I think we'll throw a couple of, a little bit of extra damage over there. This boss moves very, very fast. Well, not very fast, but well enough. We're going to set up all sorts of defensive, and then hopefully we can, we can do a decent enough job of things. Let's see, we need to not get taken out in the meantime. Let's go ahead and drop a couple of bombs. They're not particularly bothered by all of this knockback, which is very concerning. We'll try and... Oh, actually, you know what? No. It does look like we can actually kick them back far enough. As long as we keep a careful watch on everybody else, we should be okay. Hopefully... Yeah, hopefully we can buy ourselves enough time. We'll go ahead and use the little barricade there. Hopefully that's enough to slow them down. We're 25% of the way there. I think we have not been paying enough attention to our defenses here. Yeah, we could find ourselves in a spot of bother here. We're going to get hit, but you know what? We're going to accept that as a thing. We're just going to go ahead and see what damage we can do to everybody else. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to have to do what we can. Oh, and you know what? We're going to get got. There is very little chance of us surviving. Come on, we just need enough defense. If we could just hold out for a little bit longer. Can we kill the boss? No, not quite. Okay, so you know what? That's it's not the worst. We made pretty good progress for never having tried that before. 0 of 20 nights survived. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and have a look at the statistics. Anything good? No, just... yeah, time to retry. Okay, so no talent tree was found. I don't know if we're going to make it or not, but we will do our best. Clearly we need to start putting a little bit of extra damage on the boss as soon as possible. We've got pretty decent range. 4.1 tiles is quite solid, but he is out of range for now, so we're just going to have to hold that back. We'll go ahead and we'll try and level up some defenses. We'll put them in a few locations. Again, if we can focus our fire, that is definitely the plan. Again, we just need to kind of keep them as far away as possible. Keep use of that knockback. We'll go ahead and pick up a few more of our traps to keep us safe. I don't know. I think what we should do is probably go for the explosives on this side. That's probably the best thing for us. Does look like we can hold them back fairly well there. Let's see, what else could we do? Barricade, some more explosives. Yeah, if he gets close, we'll definitely do a whole heap of damage to him. We'll try and keep him back. Again, we're doing fairly well. I feel like we're doing better than last time. Again, still trying to keep our defenses up and running if possible. That barricade is giving us a nice little bit of breathing room. Yeah, let's go ahead and add another mine to the field. If we can just keep on focusing and making sure that he gets taken care of, that would be very good. Let's go ahead and chuck that barricade back there. Come on, we're trying to wiggle our way further. Oh, we're going to get hit by things at some point, I'm sure. As long as we can mitigate how much damage we're taking, that is the big thing. Come on. Come on, can we deal with things? We're very close to winning. Oh, and the boss tagged us. Okay, so, apparently that's game over. Or at least the achievement of it. If we die to a boss, that is our thing. So we do have lots of experience. I think, let's see, we don't have an overview. We don't really have statistics nor a talent tree. Apparently we just start here and that's sort of it. You know what, let's go ahead and retry once more. I think a couple of attempts wouldn't go astray. It's just a matter of learning what things are to our advantage. We'll try and kill off, and we'll try and use as many traps as possible over here. We know that he's going to get close, so if we can at least build up a nice supply, that's probably worthwhile. All of these charges are going to refill our traps, so we're just going to go ahead and focus on that for now. We're going to make this as diabolically dangerous as possible if he gets anywhere near us. Let's see. We can lay a few more mines. You know what, I think maybe one barricade wouldn't be the worst. Try and buy us a little bit of extra time. We'll let some of these other enemies get nearby. We can effectively kill these Googlies in a single shot, short of the upgraded ones. So we'll just try and protect that as best as possible. Alright, come on, let's quickly go ahead and throw that barricade down there, try and slow him down, add some burning. So far so good. Again, just making sure that absolutely every other pathway is handled. We'll chuck in a couple of defenses just on the off chance that it can do something. Again, we're making pretty good progress. I'm not sure what we can do, really. It's getting very, very... yeah, very, very close to us not being able to survive. We really need another one of those batteries to be spawned. Anything else would be absolutely amazing, but I think... yeah, we might actually have this in the bag. Yeah, oh, and we got him. Hey, there we go. Okay, a couple attempts, not too bad. The threat Googly survived. Okay. Wow, alright. Regular supplies has now been unlocked. Not too shabby. So, let's go ahead and, you know what, that was a little bit of a quicker one. We're going to go ahead and try another challenge. So is there anything else that was unlockable? Yeah, here we go. We have the faulty shrink ray. So your vortex shrink ray backfired. Attack minimum speed has been massively increased. Minimum attack between attacks reduced to 0.01 second. Enemy attack damage is reduced to 1 and enemy speed is doubled. Whoa. Okay, so I guess that this thing is, what's this? You gain 30% attack speed and the minimum time between attacks is reduced to 0.01. Well, that would certainly be a nice little upgrade, so let's go ahead and see if we can unlock this. Yeah, I think that should be good. Alright, so, oh wow, we have a fun little minigun, although unfortunately we do not have a whole heap of damage. Huh. So you know what, I do wonder whether we're going to be able to... okay, we're just going to have to learn how much health each thing has. Is this going to be another one of these cases where we need to survive another 20 nights? I dare say so. Oh boy, this could be crazy. Okay, 3 talent points. What is our ability here? Next 7 attacks of 50% increased speed. Honestly, that doesn't even seem beneficial. We're more or less maxed out. Okay, what do we find? Attack speed, that's not bad. We'll go for the experience and then extra bonus damage for the brutal bounty. I think that's probably the best thing for us. Yeah, our range is really short. Our knockback is insignificant. Oh, this is going to be almighty dicey. Alright, let's go for some knockback. I don't know if this is going to be a great tree or not for us, but I guess we're going to have to see. And unfortunately, it's not like we can particularly go ahead and boost up our... what do we call it? I can't think of the words. They're completely lost on me. But either way, we're going to have a lot of trouble with some of our enemies. I just don't know how we're meant to handle all of this. We need, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10? Yeah, knockback could actually be rather powerful, keeping our enemies at bay. Yeah, knockback could be very effective. Same with some extra range. 5 talent points is good. They have more likelihood of being elite. Let's go ahead and get that attack speed and that brutal bounty. Extra bonus damage will be amazing. Let's also go for... There's attack damage. That wouldn't be bad. You know, let's go for critical. Doing double damage is actually quite significant. Let's go for more of that and then range. Yeah, so range is still... Okay, that isn't actually boosting by 0.15. Yeah, that only went up by 1.1, so we're not quite right on that showcase of the benefits there. At least we do have Energy Collector, which could be beneficial. We have the Gumball Collector. I suppose that's not bad. Go for attack speed and maybe that safety mush. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the best idea is, but we'll have a bit of a look around. Hopefully they don't gain too many benefits at the end of each night. Because good grief, these guys are already a bit of a handful as it stands. Alright, well, we did one critical hit, which is at least something. Knockback isn't terrible either, just given the fact that we have so much of a high rate of fire. It does seem to push back our enemies at a decent pace. Whether we can really capitalize on that, that will be the question. Yeah, okay, so you know what? It's actually not the end of the world. So far, so good. 3 nights down, 4 talent points. Let's go. Attack speed, range, and Gumball? Yeah, that attack speed's going to be good. And then what have we got here? Barricade, that could be handy. And then... extra health, extra range. Critical and knockback. Look, you know what? Maybe boosting our knockback power could be okay. Yeah, increasing that by an extra 20% would not be insignificant. But again, we also need that range to make up for it so we can keep on hitting them at further distances. You know, let's just go ahead and pick up the range for now. Yeah, we'll see if that's enough to keep us in good stead. Yeah, definitely could do with a decent amount of what do we call it? Knockback, range. All of that would be very good. Again, attack speed's not the end of the world. I think the other modifiers are probably going to be more beneficial to us. It just depends whether they get some of those buffs to not be... what do we call it? Not be hit. Sorry, knockback, not quite so far. Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, I think with our rate of fire, we can hold them sufficiently far enough back. In fact, yeah, that seems okay. 4 talent points, that's fine. Enemies could be elite, that's okay. 4 more talent points. Let's go for the health. XP. Again, we could go for the damage, but at the moment I don't feel like it's particularly the be-all and end-all. Yeah, and I don't see that being particularly helpful at this point either. Let's go for the range. Let's go for the experience and critical. At least this opens up more range for us, an extra barricade ability, some more critical, some more XP, some potential safety. Yeah, actually, you know what? Hail of arrows, that could be not bad. But again, it's going to be a very close quarters ability at this stage because our range is just so shabby. So, yeah, we'll just have to make do with what we've got. It looks like we can successfully keep a couple of avenues fairly well at bay. So, yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be suffering too much as long as we can balance each of the pathways. I think we'll be fine. I think the only thing that would be a particular danger is maybe an elite that's immune to knockback. Or, yeah, or something along those lines. We are getting those nice damage boosts as well for killing 15 enemies, so that's certainly helping out. So we are getting a damage boost here and there. Crawlies will now appear. Honestly, that's not the worst. 4 talent points is also acceptable. Let's go for more range. Let's go for attack speed. I think the barricade is probably our next best. Yeah, 15 seconds is a relatively long time. That would mean we could potentially gain bonuses from an energy collector if we selected that. Yeah, but at the same time too, I think we're doing okay. Maybe we just go for the range. You know what? Yeah, let's go for range. Let's see if we can do this without adding on too much damage. Yeah, I think that's not a bad challenge for us. And then, because of that, let's also go ahead and boost up that to 3.19. That's a pretty respectable distance given our rate of fire. Yeah, we're almost able to hit everything in the north and south directions, so that is handy. We'll still try and... okay, we can't deal with the spiders straight away, but that's also not too much of a problem. Yeah, so far so good. So I'm willing to see what we can do. That's most of the enemies done. We just need some of them to move a little closer. Ooh, okay, you know what? Maybe we do have a little bit of trouble here. Okay, so... Alright, I think we go ahead and we improve our damage. Rate of fire is pretty solid, but at the same time too, that was almost a game over. So I think as much as that was a fun idea, we would prefer to live. So let's go ahead and pick up the... Yeah, let's pick up the damage. Let's go ahead and, since we're doing one, we may as well do several. Let's go ahead and collect the range and the damage, and then... XP and health, or maybe some knockback. Oh, more damage. You know what? I think what we'll do is we'll select the extra little bit of health. We're not exactly the most tanky of characters, so we'll try that out. And yeah, there we go. We're able to do a whole heap more damage. Yeah, this is definitely going to be necessary as the nights go on. Just those extra 2 points is definitely making a huge difference. And with this level of rate of fire, all of that extra little bit of damage just really does add up quite substantially. Yeah, I think that should be sufficient. Alright, and then... What else have we got? We've got the bat, we've got the little blobs. Getting a nice amount of experience is good to see. Yeah, alright, so that should be... Come on. There we are. Alright. That should be fairly good. That gives us 5 talent points. Let's go ahead and keep on investing. I think we go... Let's work on the knockback. I feel like that's particularly good. We'll also go for the bonus XP. We really want that boosted. And then... Oh, you know what? Energy collector is not necessary just yet. Maybe we go... Oh, maybe we do just go ahead and collect the barricade. You know what? That's fine. Yeah. That way we can go for the charmed weapon. We might be able to use this. We could get some extra charges. I don't know. Well, I feel like we're doing a pretty good job without needing to use any of our abilities. But you know what? At least we have it in case we need it. So that should be fine. Alright, let's just deal with these little fellows. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, I think it's predominantly that range that we really need to be boosting, if anything. But we're doing alright for now. Yeah. Alright, and that should... Oh no, there's still a couple of enemies left. I thought we were almost done. And I guess we realistically are, but there's just not too much for us to really be concerned about at this time. Alright, there we go. Excellent. Alrighty-o, so 5 talent points. Enemies have more movement speed. That's not ideal, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and... knock back. Let's go ahead and pick up that XP. There's a grindstone for critical. There's another gumball for attack speed. You know what? That seems okay. Let's go ahead and boost things up further. And that'll be where we call it. Alright, let's keep on moving on. Alright, what do we have here? Nothing too much there. Yeah, I have to say, I think this challenge is fairly doable. I'd be curious to see if there's anything, you know, if we could potentially have done this without doing any, like, damage level up or something. Of course, that would require a little bit of a lucky break and a very nice talent tree to, you know, really affect a decent amount of ability to withstand all that. But yeah, I wonder if there is anything like that. That could be rather fun. But again, the amount of RNG that would be required, I don't know if we'd ever try and do such a thing, as it's probably far more missed than it is hit. Alright, 5 more talent points. Let's keep on moving on. Let's grab extra experience. Let's go for extra range. Yeah, let's go for range. Oh, there's lollipops down there. Okay. Let's go ahead and... I think we zip our way over here. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Although this does open up a bit more range and more knockback, which is fairly good. Health and knockback and damage. You know, we'll just go the most efficient route for now. Okay, so that is a dead end. We do need to go all the way down here. We'll see how that goes. But again, so far so good. We haven't even needed our little barricade ability. That's probably a good sign. The fact we've got so much damage now is remarkably good. We can kill most enemies with fairly little effort. So yeah, we're just running with a very short range little minigun. That is, yeah, it's a questionable choice of weaponry, but you know what? We didn't choose our little shrink ray to bust, so... ah well, it is what it is. Oh, actually, you know what? That makes a whole much more sense too. We're a lot smaller than we normally are. Yeah, I feel like our character has been shrunk, so that's, yeah. Probably should have seen that earlier on, but oh well. It is what it is. Alright, so, yeah, no more enemies. We're still okay. It's pretty cruisy without all of this extra mastery. So, 5 talent points, Mega Blobs appear, spawning 10% more frequently. Let's go ahead and collect that. Enchanted weapon... I suppose we may as well, although, you know what, I think we go for the range and XP, try and boost that up, and then... do we go further through? I wouldn't mind a bit of that knockback as well, and energy collector could be handy. You know what, I think it's probably best to go there first. That epic is going to help us level up a little bit faster, so... it's probably a preferable choice that we try and speed that up as best as we can. Alright, let's deal with some of these Mega Blobs. Good news is they spawn in a whole heap of little enemies, so that should help us with our kill counter. our combo meter and experience gain. So certainly worse enemies for us to have to deal with. Knockback's still fairly solid, it seems. Yeah, I'm not really too bothered. I think we've got a very, very solid rate of fire, and with the amount of damage we can do, it's not that bad. Alright, so let's see. Oh, we're almost at the end of night already. Okay, excellent. I do feel like these nights are a fair bit quicker than previous versions, but I guess that's also, again, probably because of the mastery. But either way, there goes Bulk, one of the ones we would have preferred not to get, less knockback, and then enemies have 25% more health. But we did finally earn 6 talent points, so that is ideal. Let's go ahead and march our way over towards the Epic Collector. Epic Collector. Do we go for health, or do we pick up some other perks along the way? Honestly, I think the answer is... Oh, you know what, we may as well pick this up. We can pick up some extra range. Yeah, that'll be fine. That way we can pick up more range, some more XP, some more damage. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with our current build. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Alright, so, looks like we're sitting on an 8% chance to crit. Honestly, I'm not really too concerned. We have, what else have we got? 3.86 tiles of range. That's not bad considering where we started. Yeah, I think our biggest problem is just getting our enemies within range so we can make them go bye-byes. Ah, well. Alright, anything else? That looks pretty good to me. Go ahead and quickly clear out some of these enemies. Let's see, what else can we do? Yeah, it looks like the timer's almost up for night 12. In fact, you know what? I'm almost tempted to go ahead and boost up the speed by just 0.2. Just so we can be done with the nights a little bit faster. And so, you know what? I think that's what we're going to go for. Looks like we've got bulk and increased chance for elites with 5 talent points. We'll go ahead and go to 1.2. Now you'll notice the music does not change this time around because there is a setting in the options. So we're not dealing with the boosted amount of music. So that should be good. Let's go ahead and go for critical and XP. Again, XP is one of the most important modifiers for us. And then let's go for some more range, taking us just shy of 4 tiles. That's, yeah, that means we can basically deal with anything above or below, which is a nice change. Alright, so, looks like, yeah, our minigun's working as good as always. As long as we're focusing on those changes of directions, we are doing fine. We're doing plenty of damage. Looks like anywhere between 4 and 7 is fairly good. Yeah, I think after picking up maybe another damage increase or 2, that will be very nice. There's also a lollipop, which is excellent for our very first one, with that extra 25% bonus XP thanks to our combo. Yeah, hopefully we might actually be able to level up a little bit faster. Alright, so 6 talent points, 10% more frequent spawn and more chance to be elite. Let's go ahead and we will select more attack damage. Let's go for attack speed and damage overall. We'll zip over towards... do we go for health and then this, or do we maybe go for health? You know what, that'll be fine. And then anything else that we've missed? I don't think that there's a whole heap of choices for us to worry about. Oh, you know what? There's a damage point over here. Let's go ahead and collect that just for the sake of things. Make sure that we're nice and safe as the nights go by. Yeah, an extra 2 points of damage per arrow is going to be rather remarkable. And even though everything's moving just that little bit faster thanks to our multiplier, our time increase, I think it's still fairly manageable because we're attacking really well. We've got enough damage. I don't think we really worry about that small margin of error. I think we're doing fairly well, and the amount of damage that we're doing is not insignificant. So it's not like it makes a huge matter of difference. Yeah, although if it does get a little bit too much, we will definitely slow things back down. because after all, it is night 14, so you never know. It could get progressively worse. Alright, less knockback, more spawning, that's fine. 6 talent points is sufficient. Let's go ahead and... what do we aim for? Maybe we go for the grindstone for extra critical chance? Sure, you know what, that seems reasonable. Could get some free healing, but honestly, I don't think I care. We'll just zip up over here. We can't get the grindstone, but we can go for the blast quiver. And with the rate that we're firing shots, that's going to be very, very scary. And it also looks like we have access to the Massacre legendary ability, which we unlocked in the last one. Fire an orbital arrow in each lane whenever you use an ability. That is not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. But either way, let's go ahead and deal with things. No real danger so far. Some nice little explosions are always handy. That'll definitely help us clear some of those blobs a little bit faster. What was that? That elite bat flying towards us? That was a little bit scary. That was definitely moving fast. But you know what? At least we don't have any reload worries. So as long as we're paying some attention or sending a round into either lane at a reasonable frequency, we should be fairly safe. So I think we'll give it one more night at least before we go ahead and cut down our time dilation. Alright, 7 talent points. Queens will appear. Enemies have more movement speed. Alright, well, either way, there is our grindstone, so that's an extra 10% chance. And that will do very nice. And then what else do we go for? Say... let's go for the attack speed. And you know what? We've even gone so far as we haven't actually used any of abilities. Maybe we'll see if we can make this without firing off any abilities. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a reasonable challenge. Let's go ahead and go for extra range. Yeah, range is always a good thing. Let's go ahead and pick up some knockback and some health. And then we'll see if we can find that other blast quiver. That should be good. Yeah, and then we'll pick up the legendary just because, you know, we can't really leave it on the table. But we might save that towards the very end just so we're not... just so we're not having access to it and not technically picking it up. Yeah, it's more of a, what do we call it? Like a mantelpiece. Something to show off that we can afford, but we don't really need one way or the other. So that should be good. Alright, so where are we at? Got a couple of more queens popping on in. All of these enemies are now very much kicked back. We've got so much damage and so much range. We're not really too concerned about what we're dealing with. Yeah. Even with the extra little bit of speed, I'm not feeling too overwhelmed. So 8 talent points will be good. Less knockback and more spawning seems fine by me. We'll go ahead and we'll make our way over to the blast quiver just because that is a good ability. We won't spend the 5 on that yet, but we will go ahead and maybe work our way towards... I don't know, what else is there? There's spark quiver. Oh, actually, you know what? That's not bad. 8% chance to fire an additional shot. Yeah, let's go for range. Let's go for critical. We'll pick up the extra damage and then... oh, there's even a ring. Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and work our way up over there. So let's zoom up over... oh, wait, we're out of talent points. Never mind then. Let's see if we can collect enough before the end of night. Well, the end of the run anyway. Alright, let's clear out these fellows. Let's see, our range is 4.3 tiles, so that's quite acceptable. Got a couple of good lollipops, so that'll help us with our experience growth. Trying to keep those queens alive for just a little bit, given our damage is so overpowered. Trying to just limit how much damage we put in that direction so we can hopefully get some extra flies spawning on in. But I guess that's easier said than done. Yeah. It's very hard to hold down the trigger just long enough to fire a shot instead of an entire volley that'll destroy them. Alright, each wave has an additional enemy, less knockback and more talent points. Let's go ahead and make our way up over here. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be quicker to get to the ring, and honestly, I think I like the ring more than I care about having that frost trap. So we're going to zoom up over here, and we'll see what we can get. We'll pick that up on the next one. That should hopefully give us a nice solid boost to our statistics. We'll come back for the spark quiver, and there's even a shrink ray. How cool. You know what? Maybe we go ahead and try and collect that as well, just for the sake of the challenge's name. Alright, so what have we got? Not much for us to worry about, really. Yeah, we're already at a skilled multiplier. Come on, is there anything we can do? We're up to gifted. I definitely feel like our experience gain is certainly nerfed with lower mastery. Not being able to get more enemies on the field certainly slows down our how many levels we can gain. But you know what? It is what it is, and at least it's better that we are stronger than we are too weak. So you know, that's not too bad. All right, so there we have it. That's the end of night 19, I believe. No, night 18. Okay, we've got one more night after this. We're on to the penultimate one. Let's go ahead and collect that ring. Very, very nice little boost. Let's go ahead and see about... We'll pick up the frost trap. And you know what? We can even buy that shrink ray this time round. I know we're not really using it, but it's still fun to have. And then... anything else worth mentioning? Let's go and we'll work our way over for some extra damage. That should be fine. A little bit of extra health never goes astray, so we'll go ahead and collect. Oh, and alright, we were going to go ahead and try and pick up that chainsaw, weren't we? Oh well, you know what? It is what it is. If we can get there, we'll pick it up. If not, we'll leave it. We're doing a pretty good job of clearing everything, so it's not exactly a necessity. It was just more for our bragging rights, if we could. Alright, and again, we're just so very... oh, come on. Yeah, firing off a few shots is very difficult, it seems. Yeah, oh well. It is what it is. Let's see, anything else? Looks like we're doing a pretty good job. Oh, that almost made it to us. But yeah, look at this. If we just hold down an arrow, we're firing off, what is that, 0.1? So this is normally our maximum, but we could still increase it further depending, which is just remarkable. Either way, 7 talent points. Unfortunately, oh no, we can pick up the massacre. Hip hip huzzah. We'll collect that just because kicks and giggles. And then, let's see, let's go for some more damage, and then... oh, I don't know, what would be fun? You know, let's go for a higher attack speed again. We'll bring that down a little bit further. I see no reason not to, so... let's see if we can make it through round night 20 without any abilities being used. That is the plan. We'll just see if it's possible. Alright, so far so good. We've so far made it to level 109, which is not too bad, all things considered. Let's see. Yeah, we're doing almost 17 damage, which is... well, we are doing 17 damage for each shot. And the fact that we're firing 10 per second, actually closer to 11 per second, that is an absurd amount of damage that we are swinging at our foes. It's a bad day to be them. Yeah, this challenge ended up being not too bad for us. That said though, I do question whether we would be able to win this without picking up any of those damage boosts. Or at least the base damage boost. Because, yeah, the amount of health these things have, I suppose if maybe we got enough of the attack speed increases, it would kind of negate. But at the same time too, it's still a lot of work. We definitely want a lot of critical and a lot of range. just to make up for the fact. And then, yeah, knockback would also be very important. In fact, yeah, you'd have to basically really focus in on those other stats just so you'd have a chance. But either way, it is what it is. Still a successful challenge, so that's all that we care about. That'll unlock the last of all of the things that we can from the archer. And then I suppose we'll try out a different challenge from one of the other classes. So either way, there we go. There is our little victory from the faulty shrink ray. And there we have it. No more class progression necessary. Our Vortec time tracker has been unlocked. Very, very good. Alright then, well, you know, we'll come back with another challenge tomorrow, definitely from another class, and we will see what is available to us. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.